10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, welcome to this month's update from EM Publishing. It is me, Jessica here, business manager at EM Publishing, and I apologize in advance because I picked up this horrible cold in the middle of summer. I know it feels unfair, so I'm aware my voice sounds a little bit weird, and if I have to mute to have a coughing fit, please bear with me. I didn't go to Gen Con, so it's not the Gen Con COVID outbreak. I'm just unlucky and have a cold in the middle of summer, but there we go. As it's just me as well, if you do have any questions, please put them in the chat so we can just have a little chat and a hangout. So hi, thank you for joining. But yeah, I'll just be going through what we're up to at the moment, EM Publishing, what plans we've got coming up, and if you have any questions about anything on the way, please jump in and ask. So this is just a half hour for us to hang out and let you know what's going on. So without further ado, I will tell you what's going on, what's happening. I'll go to this layout instead. So To Save a Kingdom campaign happened, and fulfillment is happening right now. So a load of books have left the UK warehouse and gone to backers. So if you were in the UK, Europe, or Australia, books were being sent from there, I believe, and you will have had an address confirmation from them, and then they're going to be starting to send out now. So you will get some tracking information soon. If you are in Europe, please be aware that when you get your tracking email, it won't be updated until it reaches your local courier. So when you get your tracking number, if you click on it, like as of today, it might say no information available yet. That's just because it waits till it gets to your local courier in your country before they can give you the notice on that. But if you do have any questions, concerns, as always, please let myself or Zen know by emailing us either directly via Messenger on Kickstarter or to admin@empublishingrpg.com, and we can update you on your specific order. But yeah, everything's starting to go out now, which is exciting. So you will have your books in September as we planned. In the US, our books are still being held by customs. So they are there, they have arrived, and customs is holding them. And I've messaged them several times checking if they need any paperwork, and they have everything they need. They just don't want to give them to us yet for whatever reason. I don't know why. So they have their internal process. So we're just waiting for them to release those books to get them to the warehouse. We have all of your orders ready and on standby. So as soon as the books reach the warehouse for US backers, we will send you your address confirmation just to double check everything's correct with that. And I'll do an update on the Kickstarter page just so you know to look out for that. But even with the delay with customs, we'll still get them out to you in September as planned. So everything for Save a Kingdom is going to plan. Yeah, so that's kind of the summary of that. If you have any questions, let me know. But that is kind of starting to get tidied away and will all be fulfilled next month. Other things going on is What's Old is New fulfillment. So yeah, What's Old is New campaign happened last month. So it went really well. What we've been able to do now, because we had a good amount of support in it, a lot of people wanted to buy the core books, and enough people wanted to buy it that it made sense for us to do an offset print run, which I'm so excited about, because the quality difference between print on demand and offset print run is really massive. I always surprise myself because we usually get a sample made for a print on demand version, and you look at it and it looks really great. But when you get, it sounds stupid, but the offset print run version, even though it is the same words, the same images, it just feels better quality and more elevated. And I don't know, maybe that's my perception. But anyway, we've been able to get an offset print run for this, and because we're doing an offset print run, we're like, you know what, let's just incorporate any errata and do any little tiny updates on it. So this will be for version 1.3 that we're able to do now because of this, which is really, really great. And of course, the What's Old is New starter set will be a thing because it's successfully launched. If you're listening to this now and you're like, Jess, that's great, I missed the campaign because I was busy living my best life, don't worry. Hosted pre-orders, you can jump in now because Kickstarter for it is now available. So let me just put the banner up on the screen so you can see it. I put the link in the chat in the comments, but if you were interested in picking up the What's Old is New box set, the new core books for version 1.3, or any of the many adventures, add-ons, stuff and things in either PDF or physical versions, if you go to the backer kit and you can do your pre-orders. If you were a backer and you backed, you can complete your survey there, and of course on the Kickstarter page it's got links to how you can access your backer kit email if you've lost it or it's gone awry or something like that. But yeah, so for What's Old is New, Kickstarter now open. That'll be open until October 10th. So you have a little while to give us your address and decide what you want. And October 10th will be when we charge cards for any extra add-ons or bits and pieces like that. Yeah, and then fulfillment for the physical box set will be in January 2024. And that's just because technically it might be able to be in December, but I didn't want to commit to that because Christmas post can be wild. So we're saying January 2024. And if you order any print on demand books, they can be with you in November because we're able to send them to you a little bit quicker. But yeah, so that's all coming. At the moment, I'm in the process. We're going to get a sample from the manufacturer soon, which I'm really excited about. So we'll do a Kickstarter update and share that with you. I'm so excited about this box sets because I love starter sets. It's how I have got into learning loads of different new systems. So I think it's definitely the thing we need to kind of welcome people into What's Old is New and get people playing and trying it out. So yeah, so that's What's Old is New. We also, because we don't ever stop, so we also have a Kickstarter on now, currently live. This is for D&D 5th edition, and this is Puzzling Encounters. And this is one I kind of put together and put the page together in the video, so I'm quite excited for it. But yeah, so I'll put the link in the chat as well as being on the screen. So Puzzling Encounters, the smart amongst you will probably figured out this is something about puzzles and riddles for your D&D games, and you're exactly right. I wanted to make it very obvious what it was. So this comes with 5 different puzzles for you to just put into your game. So the idea is you can put these puzzles together in any campaign you're doing. So it can be a nice kind of encounter session. And my favorite one is Dan Dolo's Cryptic Box. So this is the encounter is based around this puzzle box, and there's loads of handouts with it. And there's 4 different kind of puzzles you can do with it, and you can put it into your campaign in any way makes sense. So if you have some secret information that you want to get to your players, it's in this cryptic box, that's what they'll find when they open it. Or if you're wanting to gift them some treasure somehow for their level to make it interesting, you could obviously have that treasure be in the box there. So it's not a physical box you get, obviously, so you can make it whatever size you want so it works with your game. But yeah, there's loads of other puzzles in there. There's another one which I really like, which is Fountain of Truth, which encourages your players to solve the puzzle by telling secrets and things. So this is really great if you have a load of characters that have some really cool backstory moments and they're just not coming out. Oh my gosh, I just deleted all my notes. Sorry, that's why I panicked there. Well, this is going to be an interesting rest of the live stream because I just deleted all my notes by accident. But anyway, the Fountain of Truth has really interesting. You have to try and tell secrets to solve the puzzle. So if you have a party that has loads of interesting secrets or bits of backstory and it's just not coming out organically, if you drop this puzzle in, this can be a really nice opportunity for players to be like, hey, that cool backstory thing or that cool thing that people need to know in order to get the plot moving forward, this. And the puzzle's really flexible and it actually comes with 4 different ways you can implement it and use it. But yeah, so puzzles and Puzzling Encounters has puzzles and riddles in, and it has an adventure as well, which has a load of riddles and things in. So maps, handouts, all that gorgeous stuff is in there. So I'd love it if you go check it out. This is only available for another 7 days, so it's going to end on the 31st of August next week. So around this time next week, I will be sat here where I'm right now preparing to send you the PDFs immediately, because as always, we send you the digital stuff immediately. This book will be print on demand as well. So Kickstarter usually takes 2 weeks to send us the funds and just confirm everything. And at that point is when we'll place the print order once we've got the payment through from Kickstarter. So this will be super, super quick. You will get your PDF in August and you'll get your physical book probably the end of September time because it'll be print on demand. Also, I love this. The artwork on the screen now is the cover that we're using for Puzzling Encounters by Mark Bulahau. And we used this previously in an inside page for another book. And I just looked at it and I was like, it's too gorgeous. It has to be a cover. So I managed to finally get this piece to be a cover art piece because I just think it's stunning. But yeah, that is what we're doing live on Kickstarter now. So I'd love it if you could check that out and give it some support and love. And I'm also... This is the Kickstarter, the next, okay, so Level Up Advanced 5th Edition Kickstarter box, the one that's on the title of what you're watching. I have been so excited for this for a while. So this started was, so last year we were looking at products we kind of wanted to make and do, and we were at the UK Games Expo in 2022, and we were kind of looking around. We're very aware that if people already had their 5e books and they were kind of looking to try out Level Up Advanced 5th edition. Buying the 3 core books for some people was a bit too much of an investment. So sometimes people would just get one. Like, of course, as you know, with Level Up, you can just get one thing or the other and plug it into your game as you like. But we wanted to give people like a low investment overview of the system, so you could kind of get a feel for it, understand what are the key differences, why is it different to 5e, yeah, and give you that overview and make it really friendly for people. So this is really something that we designed for people who are used to playing D&D 5th edition, who know that, but are just wanting, you know, something more from it. And so this will allow you to kind of, you know, showcase what Level Up Advanced 5th edition can do and the key differences between the two systems, so you can give it a go and give it a try. Excuse me one sec, sorry. I knew I was going to cough at some point. I apologize if it happens again. But anyway, the pre-launch page for Level Up Advanced 5th edition is up now. I'll put the link in the show notes so you can be notified when we launch. So this will be the next project that we launch. This will be going up after Puzzling Encounters ends, obviously, in September time. So that'll be coming up then. And whilst I try not to cough and die, no, nearly. Whilst I try not to cough and die, I will tell you about Level Up Advanced 5th edition starter box, because I'm very excited about it. So it's useful for people that are brand new to it and want to try it out and have their D&D books, but I obviously have all the Level Up books because, you know, I'm excited for it for me as a resource to have, because one of the things that comes in the box is a whole load of stuff, but you get this 66-page rule book, and this is like an overview of Level Up Advanced 5th edition. So it goes kind of through the key parts of the game that highlights the differences. Like, it's like, what are expertise dice, what are combat maneuvers, and it has a nod to explaining how you make characters and things like that. So it goes through, you know, all the kind of key difference, highlights them there, and it's just 66 pages, so it's obviously a condensed version of the 3 core books. And for me, I really want this because I just want a rules reference on my table when I'm GMing, because I think sometimes you just want to quickly look something up, and like, I love the Adventurer's Guide, I love Trials and Treasures, but they are big, meaty books, and sometimes getting them out and flipping through them is a bit much. A5E Tools is obviously great for a quick reference if you're playing online, but in person, I want this book as a quick reference guide. And also for me, if I have players at my table who aren't familiar with Level Up Advanced 5th edition, this is something really non-intimidating to give them, to say, hey, this, you know, D&D, you know how 5th edition works, these are the differences, just quickly go through that and then come to the table to play. And it can be just a great thing to have on the table for players as a quick rules reference guide. So I'm really excited about it for that, and it's really beautifully laid out, and I absolutely love the cover art on the front as well. We've been working with some amazing artists for Level Up, so I'm so excited about that. So the rule book is obviously there to level up your game from D&D 5th edition to Advanced 5th edition. It also comes with 3 adventures here. You only get 1 copy of each adventure in the book. This image just has 2 of each. I don't know why, because it's pretty, I guess. But yeah, there are 3 adventures, and these can all be just like, they can be standalone, but there is part of a series, so you can play through them. And these are new for Level Up Advanced 5th edition. So if you already have the Level Up books, you get all these adventures as well. And they come with the maps, and they come with the tokens. And it comes with everything like that. For the Kickstarter, we will have a virtual tabletop asset pack that you can use with any virtual tabletops. And I can't announce it yet, but there are VTTs who are working on getting the adventures embedded in it, but I haven't had confirmation from people yet, so I'm not going to say anything. But there will be digital online stuff for this as well, coming later in the year. And yeah, so you get 3 really great 3-part adventures, and the idea is they're designed to introduce the rules as you go. So if you are a GM that loves Level Up Advanced 5th edition and you want to kind of introduce your players to what it can do, these adventures are a really nice way to do that. My favorite one is Valley of Misfortune, written by Mother of Goblins. And I don't know if people want too much information. I don't think that'll be spoilers. No, I won't go too much, but that one is my favorite one out of the 3. But yeah, so you get 3-part adventures going in there. These, I think, are generally like 1 or 2 shots, I'd imagine. It depends how much faffing around your party does. maybe it'll take 10 for your group, I don't know. But like, I'd say like 1 or 2 looks about what I'm eyeballing mine for that. So you've got a good few number of sessions to kind of introduce people to the system and see what they think. Of course, you get characters in here. Now, character gen in Level Up Advanced 5th edition is different to in D&D 5th edition, and we didn't want to use this starter box, spend too much time going through that with people, because there's not a clear way to like condense it in the rule book. We do mention it, like this is how it's done, but really if you're making your level up character for the first time, you want the adventurer's guide to, because the whole point is all the diversity, the depth, all the different stuff you can get. And if you're somebody that enjoys sitting down making characters, yeah, the adventurer's guide is the thing for you. So what we did with the starter box is we've done pre-made characters. And the design of these we're still tweaking and working on, because the Kickstarter's not launched yet. So we're still trying to make these as pretty and as clear as possible. So we've got 5 pre-generated characters, which show the adept, the cleric, the rogue, the sorcerer, and the ranger. So people can see that the class differences there. And in these adventures, your characters are going to be leveling up. So we're making the character sheets, trying to make it so that you'll start with your level at level 4, so you can showcase all the different kind of, abilities and cool stuff that comes with that. But we also want people, when they're playing, to be able to see, because one of the main things about Level Up is we wanted each time you level up it to be an interesting and meaningful choice for your character. So we wanted to showcase that in there. So throughout the adventures, you will have the opportunity to level up and do that on your character sheets here. So your players will get to have some choice to create kind of characters there. Of course, you can always make your own characters to play in the campaign if you want, if you're a GM or you've got people with their existing characters they want to bring in, sure. But these pure generated ones, just try and take the intimidation factor out for new players. If they've only ever played 5e, they want to try Level Up Advanced 5th edition, but they're finding character creation a little bit intimidating. Here you go. They're just pre-made in the box, and we've got very pretty iconics for them as well. So the as I mentioned before, what we've got inside the box, and this is going to be, I believe it's around $30. So it's really good value. That's for all the digital stuff, BTT asset pack, the physical box set with the rule book, 3 adventures, pre-generated character sheets, maps, and these are poster maps, like big maps, and the tokens there as well. So it's 5 poster maps as well. Sorry, I was just looking at my notes that I was trying to scramble together because I deleted them accidentally. But yeah, so I'm really excited for this product, because I really think I just love Level Up, and I'm really excited to share it with more people. And I think box sets are a really great way to kind of get people out there playing more games and stuff. But yeah, I put the link in the comments, and like I said, the pre-launch page is out now on Kickstarter. So if you could go on there and click notify me on launch, that means we can send you a message next month as soon as it launches. Kickstarter will send that to you, and for us it's also really great, because it just, like, the more people that follow your pre-launch page, the more other people see it. It's like a algorithm sort of thing. So it would be really helpful to us if you could click notify me on launch, even if you're not sure at this point. But yeah, and that is the Level Up Advanced 5th edition box set. I haven't had any questions through, so I'm going to move on and talk about all the other stuff we're working on at the moment. But if you do have any questions, please do pop them in the chat, and I will come back to them as we go if you have any questions about this or anything else that we're doing here. But yeah, that is the box set that I'm really excited for you guys to all have a look at next month in September. Other stuff we're doing. So I thought I would do an overview of stuff we are planning for next year. So coming up this year, obviously we're doing puzzling encounters now. Then into September, October time, we're doing the Level Up starter box set. We're going to be doing a mega dungeon campaign as well before the end of the year, and that will kind of round off our kind of crowdfunding kind of things we're doing. But this year we've already been working on stuff to bring out next year for you, and so I want to share that with you and give you a bit more of an overview, so you know kind of what's coming up. And yeah, exciting. So we have the Gate Pass Gazette annual. It'll be in January 2024. So and that will be the annual of all the individual books that we brought out in 2023, obviously. So that'll be similar to what we did in January of this year, because that went really well. We'll be doing that again. We'll look at maybe whether or not we do that as an offset print run or not for this time. It depends on the number of people that back. This year, January was, if we all remember, a bit of a time with the OGL situation. So we did that print on demand this year because we just didn't know what the situation was going to be, and we'd launched the Kickstarter in January. So we just wanted to do print on demand just to get it out into the world in case it suddenly became illegal. It didn't, it's fine. But for next year's one in January, we might look doing that as an offset print run as an alternative, and enough people are interested in making last year's one an offset print run as well, we can potentially look at that as well, but it'll depend on the numbers there. But that will be coming in January again, and I think that's something with the Gate Pass Gazette that we'll continue doing. Yeah, as long as you folks want it, we'll make it. So looking further into the first quarter of 2024 as well, we will be bringing out the Void Runners Codex. So this is our space sci-fi Level Up Advanced 5th edition that you can genre mash or just leave as it is, but it's basically the product we wanted to exist that didn't in a way we wanted to. So we've got starship combat in there, we've got psionics, we've got all sorts of stuff going on, and this has been in development for a while, because development for this started definitely in early 2022. It was all going on. I don't know if definitely in 2022, early 2022. So it's been going on for the last few years because we really want to get this right, because this is very exciting, and there's some beautiful artwork in it, and there's been playtests done, so I think some of you watching maybe were involved in that, so thank you for your feedback on it. But we were originally going to bring this out this year, but we just want to spend a bit more development time on it to make it the best it can be, and so that'll be coming out in the first quarter of 2024, so I'm very excited for that one to come out there. We've also this year been working on the Plane Striders journal. So if you go onto EM World, you might have seen some Mike Myler's articles talking about different planes and spider ships and all sorts of fun multiversey stuff like this. So we are bringing this out into a book. So you're going to have different planes, different worlds, all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff going on in there. So that'll be coming out in the second quarter of the year for Level Up Advanced 5th edition. So that will be going on. And of course, the one people have been asking for, the Monstrous Menagerie 2. So Monstrous Menagerie 2 has been in development all of this year. It's being led up by Paul Hughes, who did the original Monstrous Menagerie for Level Up Advanced 5th edition. And so that will be coming out at the end of next year, 2024. We wanted to give loads of time for development on this to make sure, again, that we did it right. And also doing a bestiary book, there's so much art. And it's being commissioned and done things now, but we're getting to work with so many talented, amazing people, but that just obviously takes a lot of time to kind of bring all together and get it done. But yeah, Monstrous Menagerie 2 is going to be a really great book, and I'm really excited for it. So that'll be coming out at the end of next year. So also next year, I'm very excited about this. When I came on, started working back at EM Publishing, I used to work in board game manufacturing and board game publishing. And so Russ said, hey, I want to go into board games, and you know about that side of things. What should we do? And so I started looking out for things that would work with like fantasy themes or to match the Level Up kind of genre we had. And if you were at the UK Games Expo in 2022, you might have pitched me a game, or I was out there taking pictures from people. And then we found one here. And it was from Mark Kenobi, who is actually a writer for Level Up Advanced 5th edition, as well as a board game designer. So he well understands both worlds of it. And Split the Horde is a card game which takes less than 30 minutes to play. It's for 2 to 5 players, and the setting is you are adventurers, you've just killed the dragon, and now you are deciding how to split the horde, how to divide up the loot between you. So you'll have different objective cards that are your own. So you've got things that you're going for, whether you're playing the rogue or the druid, maybe you're going for different things, and and basically you're trying to collect different cards and negotiate your way to get the things that you want, maybe negotiate, trick, or steal your way to what you need. It's a really fun, great game. It's a great filler before an RPG session, I think, and again, the artwork on it is absolutely stunning. We're commissioning some new pieces for it, and I'm so excited about this one. So this one will be coming to Kickstarter in 2024. If you are interested in this, we don't have a pre-launch page up, but we do have a landing page on BackerKit. So if you're wanting to just hear about when this is going to launch, I'm just putting that in the notes there. And do I have it where it can go on screen? No, that would be far too organized of me. So it's in the notes down here. It's like a weird BackerKit link on there. But yeah, if you went on there and hit notify me on launch, we will update you when it's going to be launched on there. Of course, if you're interested in generally being updated about stuff we're doing, not just for specific products, we have our mailing list on empublishingrpg.com, and you can tick boxes for what products you're interested in hearing about. So if you just want to hear about Level Up stuff, that's fine. You can select that, and so on and so forth. And that's kind of things we have coming up with board games. We also, as well as bringing new stuff out, sorry, one sec. So that's all the stuff we're going to be bringing out to you in 2024. But we also, behind the scenes right now, because we're halfway through this year, we are starting to look ahead to next year and what we're going to be starting to develop and plan and make. So in 2024, behind the scenes, we're going to be working on another board game, Space Fight, which Russ is working on at the moment, which is a tactical battle skirmish space game, which is very excited. We're going to be working on a project for What's Old is New, to be decided which specific one it will be. So if you have ideas for things you want to see for What's Old is New, please let us know in our Discord or here in the chat or on social media or somewhere. We're going to be working on some projects for Level Up Advanced 5th edition as well. We have a few pictures and ideas in from the writing team that we're taking a look at, and also we're looking at the Awfully Cheerful engine as well and see. I know we've had one pitch from somebody who's interested in making something for us, so we'll see where that goes. But in 2024 we will also be developing more stuff so that in 2025 there is more stuff and things coming out. But yeah, so we're going to get like 4 new Level Up things coming out next year, which is super exciting. But yeah, that's what we have planned in development for 2024. As well as making stuff, you may know that we do actual plays. Wherever you're watching this, we do kind of sponsor actual plays for people doing stuff, because people are far more creative than I am, so can run better campaigns online than we are. If you are doing an actual play, Amber plagued. If you are doing an actual play using Level Up Advanced 5th edition, we would like to sponsor you. So if you go to our sponsorship page, which is on enworld.live/sponsorship, we will look at your application and potentially sponsor you. We're looking for people to sponsor for the next quarter of the year, so going into October, November, December, and the deadline for this is the 1st of September, so you have like a week to get your application in. So if you would like to apply, please do. If you know somebody or if you watch some actual plays and you think they would like to take a look at this, please do share that with them so we can get them sponsored, because we love seeing people play Level Up and we want to sponsor and support them. Sorry about my cough, by the way. Not ideal for a live stream, I'm aware. But so if you're doing stuff and you want us to sponsor you for Level Up, there's a sponsorship link there. You have until 1st of September to get your application in. And then please bear with me if you apply, because I go through them all and I watch a whole load of actual plays in order to understand people and have a look at that. And that just takes some time. And everyone that applies, I want to give them the time to watch, an episode or 2 of the shows that they do. And as you know, actual plays can be like 2 or 3 hours each. So, if we get if we only get 10 people applying, that's almost a whole working week of me sitting there watching actual plays to review them. So please do bear with me, give me a bit of time to go through and process, but we will get back to you. We always get back to everyone either way to let you know whether you've been successful or not. So we won't leave you hanging and ignore you. If you've taken the time to apply, I will reply to you. Because I've been that person, you apply for a job or something and then you just get ghosted. It's not fun. I don't want to be that person for you. But anyway, outside of sponsorship, which is what I was prattling on there, we are also doing stuff and things with EN World Live, as we always do. So every Monday, I didn't this Monday because I'd completely lost my voice, so I had to move the interview. But every Monday, wherever you're watching this, I do the Not D&D show. That's where the show where we talk about tabletop role-playing games that are not Dungeons and Dragons. So pretty much I go around and have a look at different indie TTRPGs. I contact the creators and say, hey, would you like to come on and talk about your game for an hour with me? Because I like games, let's nerd out over it. And that's pretty much what we do. So if you are looking to explore new TTRPG systems, and or just want to hear about it, or just listen to games designers. And I always ask them about their journey and how they ended up being somebody that enjoys games to where they are publishing now. So if you have aspirations to publish your own game and you want to hear from people that have done it, and we have a range of different people in there. So we had Free League on the, talking about their games there, and then we have like RPG Zine people. So all the space in between, all sorts of different types of people, different types of publishers, all the different types of games we have out there, we have on that show. We usually are running a campaign on our show at the moment, although at the moment the Save the Kingdom campaign is on hiatus a bit because we've had some scheduling issues. And we are looking at potentially bringing back Dragonlance at some point as well, the RPG that Russ was running. But we don't have specific dates from that, but any dates we have will be on enworld.live in the content calendar when we have them available. Every Friday, I also do This Week in Tabletop RPG, where I talk very quickly for 3 minutes and summarize everything that's happened in the TTRPG space. So if you don't have time to read it on enworld.org, you can just listen to that, and that's also available as a podcast. And lastly, every Friday, myself, Morris, and Peter record Morris's unofficial Tabletop RPG Talk podcast, which comes out every Saturday, where we waffle on for about an hour and a half talking about the week's news and a topic of the week. And so that's available every week, and all our shows and everything we do will be on enworld.live. If you want to check out any shows that we sponsored in the past and currently, again, that is on enworld.live as well. So we're shouting out all the awesome creators that make cool stuff for us. And I believe that brings me up to everything to talk about this week. So please, if you are at all try not to cough. If you are at all interested in Level Up Advanced 5th Edition and the starter set, please do go check out on Kickstarter the pre-launch page and have a look there, and we'll notify you when we launch. Really excited about that. And also check out Puzzling Encounters as well if you're interested in having puzzles and riddles to drop into your existing D&D 5th Edition games. If you have any questions about anything we're doing, past, present, or future, please do drop us a line on social media. We are at EM Publishing RPG, or you can always email us to admin@empublishingrpg.com, and myself will get back to you. And if you're a Kickstarter backer and you have a question about one of your specific backer pledge, where that is, the best thing to do is send us a direct message via Kickstarter, because then we have all your details and your pledge is linked to that message for us. So send us a message there and we can follow that up for you and let you know what's going on and resolve that as quickly as possible. I think for now that is everything I have to say. I'm going to go give my voice a rest and I have a little coughing fit, so I apologize. Thank you for tolerating me, and we'll be here next month, and I believe the date for that is I want to say the 28th of September. Yes, Thursday, the 20th of September, I will be back. I'd probably drag Russ along with me next time as well. We will be in the thick of the Level Up Advanced 5th Edition Kickstarter campaign then, so we'll probably be talking about that more and taking any questions you have again. So if you just missed it, you can jump in there. But thank you so much for coming along and listening to me waffle. I do appreciate it. I will see you next month. Bye.